Alright, what's up boys? I'm back with a super clean setup of the day video. Friday, 8:15. Some of you guys didn't know this, but I have not had Wi-Fi the whole week. So this was my first day of this week watching the order flow data. So first day back, I saw a super clean setup that I took on a demo account because I did not want to just jump in full steam ahead. Maybe that was the wrong decision to make. I don't really know, but I just said, you know what? It's my first day back. I'm gonna take this on a demo account, and that's what I did. So, but nevertheless, I'm about to walk you guys through a 7.7R trade where I was able to identify buyers getting trapped right at a key level. So first, let me just walk you guys through the key level and the plan that I had for today's session. So put myself over here real quick. All right, so this is the weekly profile, right? You can see that this is a major distribution at the top of the profile right here. We were trading right around the 6,500s before the session opened up today. So this is my analysis for today's session. So it's as simple as I wanted to see if we broke below back into this previous value area. If we broke below it, I wanted to see a full traversal all the way down to the bottom, which is around 470. That's what I had it at. You could have had it at 472. You guys get the gist though. Just a very basic auction market theory related plan where it's simple as if we break into previous value, I'm expecting a full traversal of that value. So that was my plan for the session. Very simple, very easy to understand. So here is what made me actually like the trade so much, and it's not as clean on Bookmap as it is on a footprint chart. So let me just show you guys the footprint chart. So there's a few pieces of the puzzle here that you had to put together, but it was pretty obvious in my opinion. It was definitely one of those trades that smacked me in the face, and I wasn't even planning on trading a demo account today. I just saw this and I was like, all right, I actually like this a lot. I want to take it, but I don't want to take it on any real account. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just put it on a demo account and see if my idea plays out. So that's kind of what I did. I know it's kind of lame, but that's just the reality of what happened today. So first of all, right before the session, you guys see all this delta up here right below the 6,500 whole number. Tons of aggressive buying. You guys can see by the delta bar right next to me at the bottom left. Tons of aggressive buying that came in here and ultimately just failed to move price up. And this is just a sign that there are passive sellers around the 6,500 area. This was not I did not make any trades based off of this at all. Something that I picked up on going into the session. So same plan as before. I want to see this dashed line right here is my top of the value area that I just showed you on the weekly profile. This was my key level that I was watching, right? So we open up and we are getting aggressive buying. The CVD, I don't remember what the exact number was, but the CVD was essentially trending upwards. Price was moving downwards. So buyers were putting in effort. They were not getting rewarded. Now, once again, that's not enough. So first, we get that break all the way down to the 48.88s roughly. So it would be safe to say that we tapped into this value area, right? So what is happening next? So a little bit of delta at these 91s, nothing really on the next 5-point range right here. But this is what made me take the trade right here. This is what smacked me in the face. We always talk about those setups that smack you in the face. They're so obvious, they're so blatant that they're worth taking. They're worth losing money on if they don't work out, right? Those are the setups we want to stick to. Those are the setups that are going to lead us to success in trading. So here is what I saw. So first of all, this selling actually came later on in the candle, but what I really liked was we were building some value right here, some more delta, nothing crazy. And then we came up here, and what really piqued my interest was this delta right here, 230 lots right at the 92. And you can see this is also where it built up in the previous footprint. But not only just that, it was that combined with the fact, you see how volume dies off here. So on the right side of my footprint chart, this is not delta, this is actually volume. So this is not delta, this is volume. On the left side, this is obviously the delta. This is just the volume profile for the 5-point footprint. So volume is dying off. We get a little bit of trapping right here, and immediately selling starts to come in. You can easily see that by looking at the wick right here on this delta candle at the bottom of the screen. So you see how there's a wick. That means there's more aggressive buying delta that came in, and then aggressive selling came in and formed a wick on the delta candle. So that would be potentially a delta flip to some people, but not even just the footprint chart. You can see on the right side of the screen, this is the delta and the volume profile. And there's obviously a buildup of positive delta right here. If it wasn't as obvious on the footprint charts, you can look over here and just see, all right, we came up into this area where we had positive delta from before, and volume is just completely dying off. As soon as I see this followed by selling step in, I took it short. I took it short at roughly 91, and my stop loss was right above this high from this candle right here. If we traded up here, then my thesis was incorrect. So just to give you guys the recipe, we got context, got a location, which is the weekly value area, the top of it, and the confirmation, which I'm showing you right now, which was the trapped buyers and the volume dying off into this key level. So we got the full recipe for a great trade. It's exactly what you want to see every time. You want to see the context, the location, the confirmation. So like I said, I wasn't even going to trade demo today. I was just planning on showing up and observing, but this is the one thing that smacked me in the face. And I was like, hey, I want to take this, but I'm not going to take it on a real account. And like I said before, that might have been a mistake, but yeah, that's just what happened. So I'm just being honest and transparent with you guys about that. But great setup. Like this is what I would call an A+ setup, to be honest with you. Context, location, confirmation, it's really all there. So, and my target was the bottom of that value area, like I showed you guys earlier. So according to auction market theory, if we trade into previous value, I'm looking for a full traversal of that value area. That was 470 to me. You could have had it at 472, like I said. Either way, it's pretty much the same shit. So that's where the target came from. And I'm going to show you guys on Bookmap and explain to you guys my thought process on this trade. Explain to you guys my thought process on this trade while I was in it. So this is roughly where I took it. So right here, this is where I took it. And it was probably, so right after we had this right here, this is where I took the trade short. So it was in my favor right after entering, but it was taking a few minutes to actually play out for sure. If you guys just look at the CVD at the bottom, CVD is just trending upward, price is moving downwards. That's a clear CVD divergence. What we can take away from that is that there's aggressive buying coming into the market. Price is moving down, so they're not getting rewarded. So my whole trade thesis was essentially based off of these buyers exiting their positions, and in turn, you guys should know that for buyers to exit, they have to sell. So that's going to add to selling pressure, right? So that was basically the foundation of the thesis. You pair it with the key level, you pair it with footprint confirmation, and that's what makes it super powerful. But anyway, yeah, eventually, so you just get that super strong selling right here. Took us all the way down. Like I said, my first target was 470. But before that, I did notice these orders right here, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna put my target to 41.75 just above these orders to be safe. So this was my first target initially. They pulled, and I was like, all right, they pulled. Now I'm gonna target 470, and some more buying gets trapped right before we had that U of M data. So, you know, it's always a gamble holding a trade into data, but I was already up almost 15 points in profit on this trade. So am I gonna just close it? No, but maybe taking partials would definitely be the right approach in this situation. I didn't do that personally, but like I said, it was a demo account, so whatever. But data ends up taking us to that full TP right down to those orders at 70. Pretty much, you know, exactly. So that was the whole thesis of the trade. I hope you guys understood that. I know I kind of possibly could have ran through that a little quickly, but I mean, that's just, you can rewatch the video if you didn't get it, but it's simple as that. It's really just having a location of interest and that aligns with the context of what the market is doing, and then getting confirmation using order flow in my case and using the footprint chart. So simple as that. It was one of those trades that it's like, you see it and it's like, you don't even have to think about it. And that definitely comes with experience and repetition, of course, but like those are the best trades. If you guys follow me on TikTok, I talk about the best and the worst trades and kind of like what the similarities are between the two. And I was telling you guys the other day, like the best trades, they require very little thought. Like you just see them and you already recognize it. It's not something you have to think about and try to force something in your head like, oh, maybe they're trapped. Oh, maybe this is happening. Maybe like no, it's not like that. The best trades are like boom, you see it and it's like, oh, click, I'm in. And it's like no hesitation and there's no fear at all. It's for, at least for me, like for the best trades, I don't feel anything. Like it's fucking it is so emotionless and it's so not thrilling at all. Like it's not a thrill. I was just telling I would just made a video on TikTok the other day how my worst trades are the exact opposite. The worst trades, I think about them a lot. I look at them and I kind of try to piece something together that really might not be there, or maybe there's a little bit of something there, but it's not crystal clear. And whenever I put those trades on, it gives me the rush. It gives me my heart will start beating. It gives me a thrill. Like I it's a bad sign whenever you get those feelings. Whenever you're entering a trade and your heart beats and your hand might sweat a little bit and you're like, so like locked in, it's really just because you're unsure. It's like you're not confident in it and that's why you're having that emotional response. At least I can only speak for myself in that sense. Maybe you guys don't feel that way as much, but for me, like the worst trades feel like a rush. The worst trades, it's a ton of anxiety. It's a lot more thought in do I take it or not? And that's just a good tip I can give you guys. The best, I think probably one of the best tips I can give you guys. Like the best trades are boring. They feel like nothing. Like that's, and you hear it from all the best traders that, at least the ones I look up to, they always say like the best trades, they require the least amount of thought. And they honestly stimulate you the least amount. So that could be controversial, I don't know, but that was the setup of the day. That was the order flow recap from this morning. If you guys like these videos and you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. And the order flow Discord is in the description. It's free, so tap in.